Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Oh, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, a slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Guna Traya Vibhag Yoga, 14th Adhyaya, and Sri Krishna has started beautifully explaining to us about the gunas when each gun, each quality for that matter, comes into ascendance, when each guna becomes predominant, how that guna brings about the changes in us. How a person we can know that okay, in this person at this moment sattva guna is predominant, or a raja guna is predominant, or tamas is predominant. Last two shloks, two verses that we read, Krishna told us about the predominance, the characteristics when sattva guna is in predominance, when from all the openings of the body, for that matter, from all the sense organs, they start emitting that wonderful enlightenment, illumination of knowledge, devotion, and we know for sure that in this person, sattva is absolutely predominant. Then what happens when rajas is predominant? When rajas is, overpowering sattva and tamas. At that point of time, the lobha pravṛttihi ārambha karmanam ashamaha spruha. Lobha, greed, that longing. Pravṛttihi ārambha karmana, the inclination to start some activity. Pravṛttihi ārambha karmana, karmana ārambha. To start some activity, start a project, get into some endeavor, do something, that kind of inspiration, instigation, that is seen. And then ashamaha, restlessness, and spruha, that longing, that extreme desire to possess something, to protect something which is in possession. So all these qualities, all these characteristics, lobha pravṛttihi karmana ārambha, the attitude to initiate the works, initiate the activities, the restlessness, ashamaha, and spruha, that intense desire. Rajasi etani jāyante vivṛddhe. Etani jāyante, all these arise. Etani is all these. All these we have talked about is lobha, the pravritti of karmana ārambha, of starting, initiating the new actions, new activities. Ashamaha, the restlessness, spruha, intense longing. Etani jāyante, all these they arise. When they arise, rajasi vivṛddhe, O Bharatarshava. Bharatarshava, oh best among the Bharatas, when rajas is predominant, when rajas overpowers sattva and tamas, then these are the four types of attributes that they can be seen in a person. Greed, activity, undertaking of several actions, multitasking for that matter, the restlessness, unrest, the mind is not at all at peace, and intense longing. These arise, O best of Bharatas, when Rajas is predominant. Now let us see what happens when Mr. Tamas is in ascendance, when the Tamas is predominant, when Tamas overpowers both Sattva and Rajas, which is considered to be the most unfortunate thing to happen. Now, aprakāśo'pravṛttiśca pramādo moha evacha tamasyetāni jāyante vivṛddhe kurunandana. O joys of the Kuru clan, O joy of the Kuru clan, kurunandana, Arjuna. Arjuna is joy of for the whole clan, for that matter, for the whole clan of Kurus. So Arjuna is being referred to here as kurunandana. Now, while explaining, while describing the characteristics of the most negative of the gunas, now Arjuna is the only hope to get over this. Arjuna is the only hope for this entire Kuru clan, for that matter, to get over this, getting into the situation of despair, of the darkness, of the ignorance. And therefore Krishna calls Arjuna as kurunandana. Now what happens when tamas predominates? That aprakāśaha, there is darkness, utter dark, black. Aprakāśaha, aprakṛttiśca, inertness. There is no enthusiasm, there is no zeal, there is no spark as such. There is absolutely inertness, laziness, aprakṛttiśca, and then pramāda, that same heedlessness we have been talking about, that arrogance we have been talking about, the callousness that is associated with this tamas. Moha, even that delusion, because the whole the faculty of knowledge gets veiled by that veil of ignorance. So there is nothing but delusion around, and you can't see what is right, what is wrong. You can't see what is, basically. So tamasyetāni jāyante vivṛddhe kurunandana. All these 4-5 symptoms can be seen in a person when the tamas is predominant, when the tamas has overpowered sattva as well as rajas. There is total darkness, there is ignorance. Then aprakṛttiśca, there is absolute inertness. There is no enthusiasm at all to do anything. There is no spark in that person in whom tamas is predominant. Absolutely a dull, lazy guy that fellow becomes. Then pramāda, heedlessness, and moha. It is the whole mind is showered by delusion. What is right, what is wrong? That power of discrimination, that buddhi, is totally gone. All these, they arise. Etani jāyante, when all these arise, when tamasi vivṛddhe, when the tamas is predominant. So all the negatives can be seen in a person when the quality of tamas is in its most dominant phase. It has overshadowed, it has overpowered the sattva and rajas. The literal meaning of word aprakāśa is darkness, but the darkness of mind lands one into indiscrimination. Now this is what happens when we really become, we are in the dark. We can't see anything in its proper perspective. We can't see anything. Forget about even perspective. We can't see anything. We are totally ignorant of our surroundings. What is there at a hand's length? We can't see. We can't perceive. And our entire perception of the external world is totally blanked out with that darkness. And this is what happens when the tamas takes its dominance in the personality of an individual. There is no initiative in the one lacking in discrimination. When there is no discrimination, when we can't see anything, then automatically we can't initiate any actions as such. We just can't initiate any actions. Our thinking is all gone. Lethargy overtakes such a dullard, such a lazy person. Is all lethargic. Why to initiate anything? There is no zeal as such. There is no enthusiasm. There is no initiative to start any endeavor, to start any activity, to start any kind of action for that matter. Just lazily sit at one place, do nothing. He becomes heedless and indifferent to progress and prosperity in life. At least Rajas, for that matter. Rajas wants prosperity in life. A person with predominant Rajas. A person with predominant Rajas wants things in his possession, wants to protect the things in his possession. But a person with tamasic attitude, even that initiative is lost. There is no urge to prosper, there is no urge to progress, there is no urge to move forward. That is the thing when tamas becomes very strong. He is so much deluded that he mistakes stagnation for self-sufficiency. That kind of the false contentedness. Everything is fine with me. Why should I work? I don't have anything. Doesn't matter. I am satisfied. That is a negative, acceptance of the things as it is. I don't want to progress. I don't want any prosperity. I don't want to move forward. I am happy wherever I am. Now, even the sattvic person with the predominant sattva, we also have this attitude. But that attitude, a person with predominant sattva begets when he has got that enlightenment. So that having nothing for a person with the predominant sattvic is one of the most positive traits. There is no hankering for anything. That person is totally contented in a positive sense, not like the negative sense when the tamas is in the dominance. That negative contentment is kind of a false acceptance of the things as they are. He is so much deluded that he mistakes stagnation for self-sufficiency, and that man becomes depraved. He has got nothing, no substance in him. A person with tamas has got no substance in the personality, that individuality. It is just a dullard for that matter. So these are the three traits that Sri Krishna has told us when each one of them is dominating the other two. So now we clearly know that which tendencies we should propagate, which of this sattva. Now it is a fact that we cannot get rid of tamas at all. We can't focus only on sattva and rajas. We can't focus only on sattva. We can't focus only on the rajas. In order to dominate the other two, we cannot focus only by propagating one guna to dominate other two. These three are inseparable, like three sides of the triangle. We have to use our power of discrimination. We have to use our inner faculty of that buddhi that the Lord has given us to understand what is right, what is wrong, and then determine that how we can control these three tendencies, how we can put tamas at its lowest ebb, with sattva the most dominant, Rajas certainly required for even performing austerities and japa and sadhana. Without rajas, we can never do any sadhana. Even doing japa is of an attitude arising out of rajas. Therefore, now Sri Krishna has told us, this is how, when each guna is dominant, this is how a person starts behaving like. So it is up to you to keep which guna in its ascendance. Never allow tamas to become dominant over sattva and rajas. Tamas, unfortunately, we can't, get rid of any of the three gunas for that matter. All the three gunas will be there. But now, with this description that Sri Krishna has given to us, we know how to handle each of these. Although tamas is there, let that tamas lie extremely low. Those moments of lethargy, those moments of dulledness, those moments of heedlessness, those moments of darkness, those moments of delusion, let them be at their most minimal. Why to allow them to grow? They will always be there. But we can, by increasing the positive attributes of sattva, by increasing the not so bad attribute of rajas, we can at least keep this tamas in control. We can keep these negative tendencies very much under control by overpowering with the sattva and rajas. So this was the 13th shloka of the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga that Sri Krishna has now given a complete explanation of the three gunas, each one of them, when they predominate the other two, how a person starts behaving. Let us take a cue from that. Let us take some kind of a learning from these three shlokas that Sri Krishna has told us. And let us try to bring out more and more of sattva and rajas in us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur Jai Ma. Jai Swami Ji.